In this video I'm going to show you how I've made the desktops for the plywood desks, which is mostly finishing. I started by docking two of the corners off at 45-degree angles using the track saw. You'll see later how that's relevant. The two remaining corners were rounded by hand with sandpaper, then all edges received a roundover using a 2mm radius roundover. These tiny bits break the edge rather than looking rounded over. When sanding, the tricky part is to know when you're done. I like to scribble with a HB pencil. You can just sand until the pencil lines are gone. Repeat this for each grit. You don't want to use a 2H or harder pencil as that may dent the wood. The underside received one coat of Osmo Poly-X. This isn't polyurethane but a hard wax oil. It responds really well to being rolled on with a microfiber roller. You really have to push it into the surface. Once that was dry, on the top side I taped off about a third of the desk at a 45-degree angle, parallel with the offcut corners. Then the larger section received two coats of Poly-X. Once all dried, removing the tape reveals a nice crisp line, and then new tape is put down on the other side of that line. With that out of the way, I can apply a single coat of Osmo's wood wax. It's not your traditional type of stain, but it's also not paint. A single coat lets the grain really come through. So this is coming out pretty good. The black wood wax is a lovely colour. It still shows all the grains, so we're only going to do one coat of that. It will get a top coat of the Poly-X, which is a really nice amber birch colour, but not the really heavy amber that polyurethane can add. The black line, or the transition, perhaps isn't as crisp as I wanted, but it is still very good. The wife's very happy about it, and end of the day, that's probably all that matters. She's definitely my biggest critic. Saying that out loud, that sounds bad, but I did actually mean that in a good way. And because these are our desks, there's two of these desks, it's important that she's very happy with it too. So looking up close, you can see all the grain in the black section here. And this line's not too bad. There's a tiny bit of bleeding, and I don't know whether that's the tape that we used, but it's not actually too much of a big deal, particularly from this distance, which is all of about 500mm, 400mm, and it really disappears. So this was perhaps a little bit of a risk. It's not something that I've done before. Did do a few test pieces, but not something I'm overly familiar with. I'm quite happy with the results, and I think it creates quite a stunning look. As I said, there will be a top coat over everything, and that'll bring out a deeper black in the wood wax section of this desk, which will look really nice, but it won't hide the grain. However, that's not overly important because it's just chucking another coat on top, and that'll get done off camera. The next episode will hopefully be on the panels that'll go on the legs. That'll also be featuring this black wood wax and some carvings. Thanks for watching.